These are the cardigans and scarves just that were in the guest room closet on my closet door hanger. I might not have energy or time necessarily, but I'm motivated and I'm trying to have more time in the future by getting rid of stuff so I don't have to take care of so much stuff. I'm very tired of taking care of stuff instead of people because I have lots of people to take care of. But this is way too many. I think we can all agree. And the thing is, I used to wear cardigans and scarves so much. I used every single one of them, and I have already downsized by at least half. That was like a year or two ago that I did that. But looking at it now, I haven't worn probably 80 to 90% of these in a couple of winters probably. So I'm ready to tackle that, but I think I'm gonna get all of my clothes on this bed first to absorb the volume. I don't subscribe to everything Marie Kondo does, but I do think I'm gonna do this just this one time because I've never done it before. Just put all of my clothes on the bed. Drawer number 1. All right, I can't show you me getting the drawers out because the baby's asleep in there. I'm just kind of sneaking them in and dumping them on the guest bed. It's been a few years since I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I don't remember what her method was as far as gathering everyone's clothes, but I'm just doing my clothes. I cannot deal with the kids' clothes simultaneously. And I know this is a cop-out, but Marie Kondo did not have children when she wrote that book. I'm doing what's going to hopefully like save my sanity. I'm not doing my husband's clothes. That's none of my business. I mean, it's my business, but it's not my job, I guess. I'm just doing my clothes for now. And I do want to do the kids' clothes, but later. Drawer number 2. Drawer number 3. And a little drawer with a hat and just some winter stuff, which is, for some reason, some of my kind of prettiest items of clothing. And this is all of my hanging clothes. I found some stuff just on the top shelf of my closet. So that is the last of it, except for everything that's currently in the laundry. I forgot about my under the bed boxes, so I lied. It's nowhere near close. I knew that I was going to feel shame, but I feel shame. The crazy thing is that this is not my first go. About 2 weeks ago or a month ago, okay, it was probably 2 months ago, if I'm being honest, I went through just about everything and got rid of probably like 50 items of clothing. I wrote it down actually, because I wanted to write down the number of clothes that I have, which is going to be painstaking and annoying, but I think it's important for me to know how many items I have. And I don't know what amount of items is right for me, but I've never done this before, so I think this is going to be healthy for me to figure out. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to it being over. And the other thing is that I know that there are going to be other random pieces just lying around the house. Unfortunately, that's just where I am right now, and in the laundry for sure, the dirty laundry. I had a really crazy day. This is hours later. I didn't really make any progress. I had to go grocery shopping at the farmer's market, and then I had to make dinner, and I had to do a bunch of stuff. So I haven't really made any progress, but I think everything is here except the stuff in the laundry, which I'm working on that, but I'm gonna show you everything that I have so far. So there's all of that, and there's a little overflow pile. Literally just fell off the bed, so and 2 under the bed boxes. So it's bad, but honestly it's nowhere near as bad as it could be, and I know a lot of people who do this have it a lot worse. So I'm really excited to cut it down a lot and make my life a lot more simple in the clothing department. And I just want to mention what I'm going to do right now. Hopefully I have time to do the whole thing tonight, but I still have to work out, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to go through all of it and count every item. And I'm going to probably put it in different piles for categories so I can get a really nice visual of exactly what I have, how many of each item I have, and get an actual body count because I know it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be way too much of basically everything, but we're gonna fix it. All right, I'm done with that. I was honestly feeling pretty good until once again I forgot about the totes, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, the totes, the under the bed boxes, that is. After I did that, now I'm like, man, that's when it really started to feel like way too much. I'm definitely doing this imperfectly for many reasons. A lot of things I didn't quite know how to categorize. Like maybe someone would have just a pajama pile and I might do that, but for now I just put bottoms with bottoms and tops with tops. I put tank tops in with shirts. I don't know if you're supposed to do that separately. I have an underwear pile and it's just like all the underwear, including like my pregnancy band and my postpartum band. I have a bunch of winter stuff together, and I have a random purse that is just sitting there that might probably, I don't really have a lot of purses, so I don't know if I'm gonna go through purses at all, but that's just sitting there. I have a lot of headbands and scarves, and I don't even know if I'm gonna go there, if that's the same category or not. I put cardigans separately because to me that's like a separate thing than hoodies and jackets, especially since you can wear cardigans during more than just the winter season. Because for me, I live in a very hot place, so I only wear the winter things in the winter, but the cardigans are a little bit more flexible. So that was kind of a different thing. And I put skirts in with dresses. I don't know if that was right either. And there were a couple of things that I kept on the hangers because I know what they are. Like a couple of my nicer dresses, I just didn't feel like taking them off and getting them wrinkled, and they're just right there and I know what they are. So that's where we're at. So I just thought I'd show you. So this is how we're doing so far. This is my dresses and my skirts. It's definitely a lot, especially because I don't wear a lot of dresses and skirts. These are more formal dresses. I don't do really anything formal. That was one that I had to buy. This kind of looks like an old lady situation. It's actually kind of a nice dress for me. I had to buy it very last minute for a fancy work party that my husband was going to, and I paid more for it than I would have wanted to, but it was like a last minute thing because he had just been hired and I wanted to, we wanted to make a good impression and stuff. So that was when I was pregnant with my 4-year-old. So that was like 5 years ago and I have not worn it since. I have these coats that are hanging up. I have my main coat that I bought at Costco. I think it was 2 winters ago. And I saw it and I thought this is almost exactly what I've been looking for years. And I got it, and it's basically all I wear now in the winter. I can layer it with things and make it super warm, or it can be, a fall time thing if I need it to be. It goes with almost everything I own, and I loved this purchase and I still love it, and I don't see not loving it anytime soon. So I love that. This thing is so cool. This is like a actual vintage 60s or 70s piece that my mother-in-law found, and it is so crazy. This feels like a poodle. It is the craziest piece of clothing that I own, and I have owned some really weird stuff, but she saw it and she thought of me, which I love. And she even had her friend tailor it a little bit because it had a couple of issues because it's very, very old. So my problem with this, it's so cool. It's not practical. I don't know where in the world I'm going to wear it or when. When am I going to have occasion to wear this? That's my issue. But it is one of a kind. It is so cool, and I don't feel like I have the ability to sell it, even though it doesn't fit me, because when they got it, I had just had a baby. I was still overweight, and I'm still not the weight that I was. So it still doesn't fit me. And so all of those are issues, but I don't want to get rid of it. So things like that are problems for me. Anyway, that was a tangent. This is my shirt pile, which I feel like I thought was going to be worse, to be honest. Because I feel like if there's anything I have a ton of, it's shirts. So there's that. It's not too bad. And as I was going through everything, I was shocked at how many things I picked up to put in the pile, and I already wanted to get rid of it before I even put it in the pile. But I didn't do that because I want to count everything, and I want to have everything accounted for before I get rid of stuff. This is my shorts pile. And again, I didn't put, I had a bunch of short skirts, but I put those in the dress pile. So these are just shorts, and I have one pair of shorter overalls as well. And that includes pajama shorts. I have several pairs of pajama shorts in there, so I put that in that category. And I don't feel like that makes a ton of sense, but that's what I did. I wanted it to be quick, so that's what I did. This is my pants pile, including pajama pants. And including leggings, like winter leggings. That's my underwear pile, and like I said, I have a bunch of like belly band type things and just random stuff in there as well. These are like my winter hats and my socks, and I have, one hat in there that I wear on walks to keep the sun out of my eyes and things like that. I have one hat that we got when we had dreadlocks, and there's a random headband that doesn't really belong there. This is my cardigan pile. Some of them are more practical for cardigans. Some of them are just decorative. Like this is a sleeveless knit one that I actually really loved for years. And this one is also sleeveless. So some of them are kind of practical, some of them more like fashion type stuff. These are my sweaters and jackets and hoodies. This is a pile of headscarves, including a lot of things that I inherited from my grandmother. Like these ones I got from her that are pretty cool. I'm still not sure what to do with those. This is all of my scarves. Like I said earlier, it's way too many scarves. No one needs this many scarves. And I do wear these in the winter for warmth as well as color and, for fun. But it's too hot where I live to wear them at any other time except the winter. Sometimes in the fall if they're light enough. But even still, it's way too many. We can all agree, right? And a couple of these that I need to just put in the cardigan pile because I think that's where they go. And then I have bathing suits, which I don't think I'm doing too poorly because my parents have a pool. I grew up with a pool. So I actually do swim a good bit, but I do have too many. And I know that I have at least one maternity one that I just don't really think is necessary to my life anymore. I don't know. So the whole room, there you have it. It's not great, but honestly, growing up, my bedroom used to look similar to this on any given day. So you know what? We can work with it. I can make it better. All right, I just did my workout, so I'm done with that for the night. And I also had to go and count some wet laundry because it wasn't done, but I really wanted to get the count down. And I finally also added the clothes that I'm wearing because I forgot for a second that I'm wearing clothes as well. So I had to count all that and put it in the notebook. I got everything counted. I know that I'm missing some stuff in the house. I just feel like I have to have some other stuff hidden somewhere. I just feel like it should be worse than this, but I'm still thinking it's probably a lot. So I decided not to count some stuff. I'm not counting my cloth pads for my cycle because that just doesn't seem fair. And it feels more like almost like a medical device, or it feels more almost like the hygiene category. I could just as easily keep those in the bathroom. And it just doesn't seem like, it's just not something I'm gonna count among my clothing items, even though I'm counting underwear and stuff like that. I'm also not counting my pile of my belly band and my postpartum band and all of that, most of which I'm probably getting rid of. It's just not pieces of clothing. It's almost more like a medical thing, and it doesn't feel like it counts to me. So in my opinion, because of doing it the way that I feel like it should count, I'm not counting them. I think that was it. So the final count. Are you ready? Here's my list. I have 19 dresses, 6 skirts, 5 tank tops, 98 shirts, 14 cardigans, 14 jackets, coats, and hoodies, 6 bathing suits, 18 pairs of shorts, 18 pairs of pants, 4 leggings, 22 pairs of underwear, 11 scarves, 16 socks pairs, 9 hats and gloves, and I have a couple of just random little winter things. Like I have boot cuffs, I think they're called, just stuff like that. That's in that category. And I'm putting 12 under lingerie, which is just like kind of random other underwear category type things, for a grand total of 279 pieces of clothing. Now, what is my opinion on this? That's a lot. That is way too much. I know it's too much and I don't need that much. And it overwhelms me so much to think about the laundry in my life, just that being me. And there's also my husband, and there's also 3 children. It's way too much. But I think it could be worse. I'm not going to focus on the worst, though. I'm going to focus on it can and will be better. So that is my next step, is making it better. This is a great example of a shirt that I just don't need in my life anymore. This is a very sentimental shirt. I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is just not really on brand for me anymore, and certainly not what I'm striving to. It's not the look I'm going for these days. As a mom of 3, maybe it should be. But yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this sentimental piece of clothing and let it go. Great example of something that I thought I was gonna love when I bought it. It's from Earthbound, and it ended up just looking awkward on me. And I think I was even pregnant when I bought it, and I thought that would be cute. And I didn't end up wearing it. It was also the wrong season for my pregnancy. But it's so long, which is cool, but I really have to wear it up here because of its length. And because I wear it up here, because of the shape of it, it makes me look pregnant, and I'm not pregnant. So we don't want that. In theory, I love it, but in reality, it has not been a winner. And I need to just accept that, and I'm going to. It's a lot of just processing and realizing that these things aren't even nice enough to hold on to. Well, I worked until late into the night and I got it all done. And my results are, so originally I had 279 pieces of clothing. And now I'm going to have 149. So I'm getting rid of 130 pieces. I still think 149 is a lot, but not for me. And right now I'm pretty impressed with myself, because this is the first time I've ever done anything this extreme. And to say that I have 10 pairs of pants, including maternity pants that I'm putting away, or winter pants, every category except shirts, it's like single digits. And that's just super cool. It's cool to have that categorized. I now have 14 dresses. I have 1 skirt, 1 tank top, 54 shirts, 6 cardigans, 9 jackets, coats, and hoodies, 5 bathing suits, and that includes a bathing suit cover-up, 13 pairs of shorts, including pajama shorts, which I have 3 or 4 of because I use them a lot, 10 pairs of pants, including I think 3 pairs of maternity pants and 1 pair of pajama pants. So I'm really impressed with that because I used to have so many pairs of pants and I had to get rid of a lot that I used to love before I had kids, some of them before I was married, and I was holding on to them because I thought, well, maybe I'll get the skinny one day again. I'm letting them go because I think that I could get fit again into a good place, but I tried them on, and even if I lose the weight, they're still a teenager's pants and I'm just not interested in keeping them anymore. And I didn't realize that when I was way too heavy to even fit in them at all, because you know, some of them they're way too low on me. I like higher waisted now than I used to, because when you have kids, you know, your body shifts. Even if you are in a great place physically or you're fit or whatever, you just shift, and I'm not a teenager anymore, so my body is just different. And that's not a bad thing. I have no problem with that. So this is my discard pile. This is all of the stuff that I'm getting rid of. I can't believe it's so much. It's old, it's cheap, it's not my favorite. I just don't use it. Like, a lot of it is old, it doesn't fit me, whatever. It just looks really strange and I don't need it. It doesn't look good on me. I don't need it. Yeah, it's acrylic, nylon, and spandex. Too thin and tight at this point. I think this was Kmart. I don't need it. It's not a great shape for me. It's too small is enough of a reason. It's just too many. I don't need them. Not a good situation. Way too big now. There is no later. It's never gonna fit me. Too big, too small, way too big, kind of plasticky. They just didn't hang right. They're just too small, and I'm pretty old. Some weird pair of, I'm not gonna wear decorative stockings. Hideous on me, and they are horrible, they're awful, they're cheap. Enormous holes on the inner thighs. An older woman, but I don't need it. I don't really love the horizontal stripes. Not the best fit for me.
I've had it for probably 15 years.
It's just so old. Here's it's just kind of riding up and up. I don't have use for that. I'm just ready to pass it on. So I don't need this one. I think it's missing like 3 buttons. I'm ready to pass it on. I'm just ready to pass it on. I'm just ready to pass it on. So thin and disgusting. I just don't need it. Okay, that didn't take too long, and I have 3 full trash bags, which is just shocking that I am getting just that much clothing out of the house at once. I did leave a few things out of the bags. I left out the underwear because it's underwear, so I'm throwing it away. There are a couple of things, only like 3 things that I might try to sell, so I left those out. And then I think I'm gonna show you when I've put everything back in their drawers and in the closet and just see what everything looks like. I think it's gonna feel a lot different. It's a mess, but once I clean it all up and put it where it goes, I think that it's gonna be fine. Going from how much I had to, I mean, I haven't done the math, but I would say a good 40% is gone. I can't imagine it not turning out better, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so I have kept these cardigans, this jacket, which I don't wear quite as often, and my hat. I'm putting this in the guest room closet. This was full and that was full. I might take more out later, I don't know, but for now I'm satisfied with that. And now in the under the bed box, I was just gonna show that I have these scarves. It's a lot of scarves, but honestly, even with this new mindset and everything, I use a lot of scarves in the winter. I really like to mix it up, and I genuinely do use most of them. And I cut my scarves by, I think, more than half maybe, I don't remember. But I kept these ones. These are just the most, they go with the most outfits, I guess, the most neutral. And this is one that my mom made me that I really love. And this is one that Leah gave me, actually, that is, for some reason, it ended up being my favorite. I wear it with so many things. And then I have my winter hats, and hats that I will wear when I eventually get dreadlocks again. I have 1 pair of leggings left for the winter. And I just have, I think, 2 pairs of maternity jeans that I just am not ready to part with yet, because it's really annoying having to shop for them when you are pregnant. I have 1 sweater, 1 long sleeve shirt that I know I'm not gonna wear until the warm weather or the cold weather hits. 1 maternity shirt that I got. It's one of the only ones that I bought for myself, and I just really loved it when I got it. And it was only used for like half of my most recent pregnancy, so it doesn't have a lot of wear on it. So I kept that, and I kept the brand new motherhood nursing nightgown that I took to the hospital with me because that was brand new and I liked it and it's in pretty good condition. And my jean jacket that I love, but I'm not gonna wear this until it's cooler. So that's in my under the bed box, and also some hand warmers, like fingerless gloves that my mom also made me that are so cool. She doesn't really value her own work very much, but she is really good at knitting. And some warm sock things, some gloves, and I'm also putting in, I have 2 pairs of smart wool socks, and that's almost all that I wear for socks in the winter. So I'm gonna fold those up and put those in, and then I just have one super cool, lightweight summer dress from the 80s that I got at Goodwill that I cannot part with, even though I'm too big for it now. I don't know if I'll ever fit into it again, but I wore this dress when Alex proposed to me, and it's just so unusual and it's so cool and fun, and I know that I could never replace it. So I don't know how to part with that yet, even though I have pictures. I have a hard time letting go of things that are irreplaceable if they're vintage in any way and stuff like that. So that's what's in my under the bed box. Okay, top drawer of my dresser. I have my one tank top that I kept. I have one workout shirt up here, and I think one's in the wash. Some workout shorts, one's in the wash. Exercise socks. That's the only reason I use those, is for exercise. I don't wear socks unless I'm exercising or if it's winter and very cold. So I put all the cold ones under the bed, and these are gonna be the only ones I leave out. And honestly, it's more than I need. I wish I worked out more than that, but I don't. Just bras, underwear, cloth pads, nightgowns, pajamas. I don't really have designated pajamas. It's mostly like old shirts of Alex. But that's all of them, and my pajama pants are in the wash as well. So that's pretty good. I cut down a lot on that, and I used to have backups in other drawers. So that's the first drawer. This one's pretty full. I have shorts on the side. I have a lot of shorts right now, including my short skirt, the only skirt that I kept. I have my one pair of yoga pants. I think one is in the wash again. And I have 2 pairs of jeans. I'm wearing one. 2 hoodies, my bathing suits, and my bathing suit cover. Drawer number 3. These are all of my shirts. Right here, and up here, and these are all of my dresses that I own, except for, barely see in here, but I have just one cardigan that's really long, I just really like. I enjoy it, but I don't wear it that often, and it can't be really in the summer because it's honestly too hot even for that. I have my coat that I've mentioned. Sorry, the lighting is so bad. And the 2 dresses that are more formal that I kept, and then the 70s, 60s coat that I don't really know what to do with because I don't fit into it. The one thing I never mentioned was I have my wedding dress up here. And you guys, that's all my clothes. And other than that, I have 3 garbage bags full of my clothes. It's so weird to know a number of the clothing that I own. And looking at my drawers, I still feel like it might be too much, especially since I do have a few items left in the laundry. So, but I'm very comfortable with this because I can live through it now and be very choosy as I go and get rid of things as I need to. And a lot of these items are so cheap that they'll be going out at the end of the summer. Another thing I wanted to mention that might have been assumed, but I had 2 under the bed boxes and I barely filled up one. So there's plenty of room. I don't know what I'm gonna put in it. I would love to be in a place where I don't need another under the bed box, but I'm not there quite yet. We'll see if I need to put kids' clothes under there. Maybe Alex has some winter things, but I know it's gonna free up space somewhere else either way. I kind of want to know a number of all my other items as well, but one thing at a time.